What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us today. Today we are going to stick a crank in this block that you saw me washing a minute ago. This block has already been on here. We tore it down on our previous episode, I believe it was, but we're going to finish cleaning it up, and then tonight we're going to stick the crank in it. This motor is actually going to go in the Camaro that we ran on the autocross last year at the Street Rod Nationals in Louisville, Kentucky. So we're going to attempt it again, but we definitely need some more power than we had last year. So we're going to build a big monster motor for it.
JR Todd is off and whoa!
Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get this mess cleaned up that I have created, and we're going to make another mess, and we're going to start putting this crank in tonight.
Tomorrow for sure.
Alright guys, well, we got some more stuff done last night. Last night we cleaned up some of the pistons. We actually finished them up this afternoon. Now I believe everything is ready for the crank at least to go in. Last night I didn't have a remain seal, so I couldn't put the crank in. I wasn't going to reuse the old one, so I had to wait on a gasket kit also, which I had to get anyway. So anyway, we got that today also. So now we're going to unbag this thing, get this thing flipped over. We're going to get in the process of putting this crank in, but we got a lot to do. Let's get into it. We're going to go ahead and put this crank in right now. Alright guys, we got the crank in now. It turns over really good. I don't know why, but the more you torque a crank down when you install it, the freer it gets. Don't know why, but anyway, it spins over great. But now, since we got that in, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start putting the rings on. Once we get the rings on, then we can start putting them in. But I have plenty to do. I'm going to put these rings on. Hopefully this time tomorrow we'll be putting some pistons and rods in this thing. But anyway, we'll see you guys tomorrow. What is up, guys? We're back out in the shop again today. Today we're going to make some more progress, hopefully. We're going to install some pistons in today. And we have one piston still soaking in diesel fuel and power steering fluid because it is not quite freed up enough yet. I went ahead and picked up a ring compressor from Harbor Freight and got this thing nice and locked in there and ready to go. And we'll go ahead and put all the pistons in the block today, hopefully, and we will be ready to go. That was easy enough. What is up, guys? It is Saturday, about a week later. I got up at 5:30 this morning just for you guys. We picked up our cam yesterday. We had a little fiasco and we didn't get to put the cam in yesterday, but we're gonna put it in this morning. We got our cam from Earson Cams, ground right here in Louisville, Kentucky. Local business. It's actually, the place is called Engine Parts Warehouse. But we got a cam from them, we got the lifters from them, and we got a cam button. I'm going to read you just a little rundown of the specs of this cam. This cam is a 548 lift. The duration on the intake is 290, and the exhaust is 298 with a 108 lobe separation. If you don't know what that means, then you're still not going to know what it means, because I'm not going to try to explain it right now. We're going to go ahead and grease this thing up and get this thing installed today. Put the timing chain on it. We're going to try to put the timing cover on it also, and because the cam button has to be just right. It's got to have just a little bit of play in it, but anyway, we're gonna go ahead and put this thing in today. You're gonna get to watch, so let's get into it. Alright guys, well we got the whoop whoop stick in. We got the cam button on also. So this cam button, there's probably a proper way, but this is how I did it. So I come over here and grab my cover. So this is my old junky time machine cover. So what I did is I took a socket that would fit in between that little bevel. Looks like a kind of a circle, but that's where the cam button rides. And I took and put a little paint on the time machine cover, and I put it on and got it to where it was just leaving a little bit of paint with the gasket. That's how I did the clearance, because you want the cam to float just a little bit free in the block. It's probably not the proper way to do it, but that's how we did it here in Daws Custom engine shop. But we got the cam in now. Our next thing we're going to do, we're going to tape this thing up because I have our painter coming in tomorrow, and they're going to paint this block for us while we sit in the AC somewhere else where it's not 100 degrees. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and tape this thing up and get it ready to go. Hopefully I have enough tape to do it, but we're going to work on that right now to get this thing painted Chevy orange, the greatest color in the world. Well guys, we're back for day 2. As you can see, it is raining, but I will take it over the 100-degree weather that we've almost been having the last few days. Somehow I managed to get our professional painter back down to the garage today after she failed to tell me that she had a chiropractor appointment today. The block is looking pretty good. It's got a little imperfections we're gonna have to paint over top of, but other than that, the PRR 15 is working pretty slick. This is our second block we've painted with PRR 15. It works better than your off-the-shelf rattle can paint. We also have to paint the water pump still and the time machine cover. But anyway, we're gonna get to painting, get this finished up. We're gonna bag and tag this bad boy, and we'll be done for today, and have Cinderella home before midnight. We'll be doing good. What is up guys, welcome back. It's been a little while since I've talked to you guys about what we have been doing. As you just seen, we actually just painted the block, so the block's good to go. Jesse helped me out with that. Looks great. I love the POR 15. Today I've been running around picking up some parts. I got some old galley plugs that I picked up. We got to put those in first thing because if we forget those, we're going to have a massive oil leak. We're going to do that first. We got our heads and intake now. I'm going to show you these real quick. This is a Wyand Speed Warrior. It's a dual plane intake. It looks pretty good, but the ports, they look all right. I'm not sure what CCs these are on the intake runners, that sort of thing. So these are Flotex. These are 180 cc intake runners, 62 on the exhaust. These are for a 550 lift. My cam that I got is a 549 lift, so these would be perfect for these. These are 3/8 screw-in rocker arm studs with guide plates. These weren't the top of the line heads out there. If you're on a budget, these are a good set of heads to buy. This is actually my first set of aftermarket heads that I've bought ever. But we're going to go ahead and stick these old galley plugs in. And once we get those in, we can start putting the heads on. So let's go ahead and we're going to start putting on these heads. What is up, guys? Welcome back. So the motor is a little further along than the last time you saw it. As you just saw, we unloaded the engine out of the back of the shop truck. We had to take this thing somewhere. I took it over to a buddy's house. I took it over there and had him help me degree the cam and make sure that everything is correct. But while I was over there, he had me put the heads on, torqued those down, put the rocker arms on, and adjusted all the valves. So the valve train's ready to go. He helped me measure for the push rods because I've never did anything like that before either. And I don't have no tool to do that, nor do I have a tool to degree the cam. And he had everything over there, so I just took it over there to him. We're gonna start off, we're gonna put the timing chain cover on. Once we get that on, I believe we're gonna move on to the oil pan. We still gotta put the oil pump and oil pickup tube and make sure, get everything mocked up underneath, make sure it's ready to go. And Friday, I am off from work. Tomorrow's the 4th of July, so we're gonna try to put this thing in maybe on Friday. Don't know. We'll see how it goes, if it's raining, that sort of thing. Anyway, I'm gonna quit jabbering. I'm gonna sit you up on the tripod and we're gonna go ahead and put this timing chain cover on. This oil pan, it's got like an oil tray that's built in it that holds the oil, and it's got drains down here. It lets it run back down into the pan so we don't starve this thing for oil while we're going left and right real hard. Probably not gonna be going that fast anyway, but just for safety. Alright guys, we just, as you saw, we put the oil pan on. Then I had to go get something to eat because I was getting hungry. And we went and picked up the Camaro. The Camaro, as you've seen, is now in the shop, ready to meet its doom as we tear it into a million pieces. I'm going to go ahead and get this at least started tonight. I don't know what all I'm going to get done, but I'm going to take the hood off, drain the fluids out, environmental friendly way. And then just start disconnecting some stuff. We're going to do that tonight. Then we're going to start on it early in the morning. Tomorrow is Friday and I'm off, thank goodness. And we're going to be back here bright and early. So let's see what we can get done tonight. Then tomorrow, hopefully, we will get the motor in the car. Because that's what we're here for. Go, let's just don't take it. Holy cow. What do you got though? Oh man. Have you got any old rice? I hope. What is up, guys? We're back after a long night last night. We got the 305 out and ready to stick in the new 350. We got a lot to do today. We're going to get the car where we can roll it outside and start washing it off. We're going to hopefully let the rain do that. It's supposed to rain all day today. And then we're going to work on getting the 350 ready to stick in. We still got to take some stuff off of this motor, like the bell housing, pressure plate, that sort of stuff. Once we get all that took off, and we'll take this motor off the engine stand and start assembling that. And then once we get all that on, then we'll be ready to put it in. We still have the transmission in the car, so we're gonna have to make up some kind of bracket for that to hold it while we roll it outside. That being said, we're gonna start on this thing, but unfortunately for you, you'll have to come back next time to see the finished product. We're taking this bad boy on the autocross this year. Again, if you've seen last year's episode, it was a blast for me to get to drive around. So we're definitely gonna do it again. That's the whole purpose of this motor. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. But guys, come on back. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Remember, keep on hot rodding. We'll see you next time.